Happy 50th anniversary to the National Endowment of the Arts, and thanks so much for allowing me to participate. As an astronaut, I think I go all the way back to my training as a young male ballerina when I was 6 years old, and I thought it was lousy back then. But as I look back on it, finding how I could maneuver in space and how easy it was, I think all the way back to the way that I was trained to kind of control my body and learn how to follow it when it was going around and doing the right kind of things, whether I liked it or not.
I think I've been involved in arts my whole life, but maybe a little bit just kind of serendipitously. I'm an engineer by training, but early on, my family I kind of consider artistic in terms of, from my mom's side of the family, there's beautiful musicians, and piano playing and singing was just part of my growing up. From my father's side, he's very creative, and so designing and building and kind of more hands-on type of arts.
That's when I was that 6-year-old little boy that did not want to be one of only 3 boys in a ballet class. We put a limitation on ourselves, but I would say, if that's what your passion, then go for it and do the absolute best you can do.
Although I grew up in Montana, Helena, Montana, the capital, but we had limited opportunities to see, say, major museums or fine arts and things like that. I got a little exposure, but some of that I had to just study in books. And then also when I got a chance to visit relatives in California or Seattle, that's when I got to go to more major museums, and always looked forward to all those trips.
Went on to become a lover of vocal music. So even today, in addition to singing in the shower, every once in a while I'll sing on a choir or do something like that. So I consider myself to be a vocal artist.
I really admire artists and have a lot of artist friends.
I think the biggest thing I learned as a student of the arts was the fact that it allows you to be free and free-flowing and kind of keeps you from getting uptight, to be quite honest. You get into your own world, and you kind of go off and start imagining things the way that you wish they were, and which is very similar to being out in space, looking back at this incredible planet, seeing it the way it is, realizing it's not really that way, and wondering why not, and wondering what you're going to do when you come back to make it better.
I have to go back in history, and I think about the Apollo program, and artists painted that picture. It was so important, and they literally painted the picture. Today, we fast forward, how do you envision the journey to Mars? I have it in my mind as an engineer, from the technology and the innovation in terms of propulsion to get there, and studying the astronauts. And we know what Mars looks like. We have so much more information now today that the vision and experiencing that, we'd like to take everyone with us on the journey to Mars. And I think artists are the absolutely critical component to make that happen.
Every child doesn't recognize that they like engineering, science, and math. Some of them know that they're passionate about the arts. And I just want them to do the thing that's their passion, and teach them later how math and science actually applies to the art that they're really good at.